Good morning, everybody. Yes, it's still morning. It's getting to be a daily occurrence. Good morning, everybody. It's Lynn, the leather bag lady. How are you all today? It is Tuesday today. It is a lovely day. Well, it's not snowing or raining. Leather bag lady weather report. So if that constitutes a lovely day, then that is a lovely day. So we are dealing with a small today. And it is a very small today. Check this little cutie patootie. It is a gentleman's wallet. Not necessarily, as I've showed you or told you previously. A lot of ladies are using these in their purses because they are so slimline and so easy to use. So this is a made in England offering. You have a coin pouch. This is all brass, and the telltale is just that green oxidization there. Tiny little coin purse or section. You've got a slot here, a slot here, a secured zipper slot there, and an ID pouch here. So this little guy is maybe not a daily driver. It is extremely slimline. This is just one of those little things that if you are separating your ID and your cards, could be an option. If you are looking for a real vintage look with your purse, with your bag, with your business bag, whatever, even with your clothing. If you've got an amazing vintage suit, why would you not want to carry a vintage accessory in your inside pocket or whatnot? So I really like this. It is simple, simple, simple. It is in amazing condition. It's all raw leather on the insides. Actually, not this one. It's got that kind of, I've dated this the 60s just because it just screams 60s to me. So that is today's item, a little teeny weeny. So how are you all today? My back, oh my goodness me. I have never in my life, like I've tweaked my back, I've, kind of pulled a muscle or whatever, but I have never had a back pain that didn't allow me to breathe. Like, oh my goodness me. And I mean, Pius came home yesterday and he suffers from a bad back and has done for many, many years. So he was trying all these different exercises for me. Heat seemed to do the best. We were going to ice, but we never really got there because Pius needed the ice more than I did for his shoulder because he tried to help me and tweaked his shoulder on helping me. And it was just a whole thing. And we ended up both being in pain. Bedtime, it was like, okay, because I'm still in the chair. On and off, I'm in the chair. That needs to be something that is addressed going forward, but it's just not something. I mean, how do you make a decision between a good night's sleep in the bed with your husband and or not a good night's sleep in the bed with your husband, nothing to do with the husband, or a good night's sleep in a chair beside the bed with your husband? I don't know. I have a girlfriend who very early in her marriage decided that his snoring, she just couldn't handle it. And I snore like a trucker. So how Pius deals with it, I do not know. But they went into separate rooms and it really did affect their marriage. It did. And I never really understood it. But now I do, because yes, we're in the same room, but Pius is on my side of the bed because that just is how he can manage his shoulder and his arm pain, because he kind of needs more of the bed than he gets if we're in it together. But as newlyweds, it is not ideal. That is for sure. And we started I've watched this show before. We're trying to cut back on the TV a little bit and we're doing okay. But we found this show and I am so pissed off with the streaming platforms for various reasons, that I didn't even look at the Roku option on our TV. So I clicked on it and the show Weeds came up. Now, I remember watching this show a long time ago. And I remember it being good, but oh my goodness me, it is fantastic. The only complaint I would have is each show is only half an hour. So it's a lot of, I mean, this sounds absolutely ridiculous that I'm complaining about the remote time that I need to spend on a half-hour show versus a 50-minute show. But it's a pain in the ass. You're constantly having to fast forward and skip the intro and blah de blah. But oh my goodness, Elizabeth Perkins is amazing. I loved her in one of my favorite movies from the 80s, About Last Night. I think it was 80s, or was it 80s? I think it was 80s, 1988, 1989, something like that. And she is amazing in this show and so beautiful. And this show's probably 20 years ahead of About Last Night with Demi Moore and I can never remember his name. I want to say Scott Baio, but it's not Scott Baio. Anyway, Jim Belushi, fantastic show. And it is quite raunchy. Like it is. And I look at Pies, I'm like, this is 2005. But the main thing that I am getting from this show is I am checking out all the bags. So, her bag, we are on episode 9 of the first season, and she has carried a Roots bag since day 1. I suspected it was Roots in the beginning, and then as each because you don't really see it, and then she threw it down and it flipped over and there's the Roots logo on the base. Now, Roots used to have a location in California. That's how Joe Rogan found Roots, because his fanny pack, his Rogan Experience or whatever it's called, his merch is a Roots fanny pack. He loves it. He talks about it all the time. His friends take the piss out of him all the time, but he loves his Roots fanny pack. So I'm saying to Pius, what do you think? Do you think that's a Roots bag? And then we saw it and I was like, yes, I knew it was a Roots bag. But even I don't have any of my vintage stuff in here. Even some of the bags that Elizabeth Perkins is carrying I've got those bags, maybe not the brands, but the actual silhouettes. I've got a dusty rose pink little kind of baguette bag in my Etsy shop right now, and it is pretty well identical to one of the bags that Elizabeth Perkins carries in like episode 1, 2, or 3. Her bag was like a mint green or a baby blue, and as I said, mine is this dusty rose color. So that part of it is really fun because Etsy, now that we are in 2024, their cutoff for their 20 years is 2005. So this show is 2005. So it gives me just a little bit of backup on some of the bags that I have in my stock that I don't have receipts for these bags. I don't know quantifiably what the year is. I just go by the foam pouch first and foremost, if it has one. If it doesn't have one, then we're looking kind of mid-90s and back. Then I'm looking at the interior lining. I'm looking at the hardware. I'm looking at even the colors and the material. I mean, today the bags are so heavily coated with, if you follow me regularly, you will see that Kate Spade bag that I fixed up for my girlfriend, who actually has it for sale on Marketplace right now, don't you know? I was kind of like, wasn't sure how I felt about that, but hey, I owed her a favor. That's what she wanted me to do with it. So I was like, yeah, I'll be a little bit more mindful in the future because, yeah, I am really good at what I do when I refurbish a bag. So, yeah, when I saw it on Marketplace, I was like, okay. But anyway, I digress. So this show has been really a lot of fun to watch. And, we were kind of up a little later than we were supposed to be last night. I had a lady come. Oh, my goodness me. This lady has been trying to come and pick up a pair of boots from me for weeks. And last night she messaged me kind of 10 to 8 and said, listen, I'm passing. Can I come and check them out? She did. She bought them. They were a little big for her, but she didn't care. $15 for a brand new pair of leather boots. I can't believe how much stuff is sitting in my Marketplace store right now. Like beautiful leather goods, shoes, boots, $20, $25, $15. Nobody, we talked about this yesterday, Marketplace, nobody is buying anything. So it's just an attestament to where our finances are right now. But I do feel quite strongly that there is a whole marketplace out there for me, for you, for whoever is running a small business that is maybe I'm targeting people who either, like myself, have tastes they cannot afford. That's how this all started for me. I do have a bunch of new subscribers, so if you're still with me, welcome. My name is Lynn Murray, and this is my business. And I'm not calling it a hobby business anymore, Cynthia. This is my business, and I am just itching to do shows every day, do shop at the sheds every day. I have a storage unit full of bags that I haven't seen in years. And I am so excited to be able to, once I've exhausted the bags I have in here, the bags I have in my house, I pretty well have taken all the bags out of the shed, the other shed that I have. The only bags that are in there at the moment are bags that have had a little bit of a smell. I will never sell you a bag that has an offensive odor. I mentioned it yesterday when I was showing you yesterday's bag. That I did list a bag a few days ago or last week that had a little bit of it was almost like a little bit of a chemical smell. And I thought it was maybe the top coat that they put on the leather to make it, as weatherproof as they can. But I would never send you a bag. 9 times out of 10, I won't pick them up. But in the store, it is very difficult to pinpoint a smoky bag because, the thrift stores, there's an odor anyway. So if I get a bag home and it smells of smoke, that bag gets filled with lavender soap. I've tried charcoal. I've tried all kinds of things. The lavender soap works best for me. I put it in a plastic bag. I tie it up tight and it goes away for 2, 3, 4 months. And I will not send a bag that is stinky. I just won't. So please know that, if you're new to my channel, if you're new to my Etsy shop, my .com, to me, I will never, ever sell a bag that I wouldn't be proud to carry myself. And I am so interested in doing that 365 bag project that I wanted to do. But I don't know how to do it because I can't take the picture myself. Who's going to take the picture of me with this bag on my shoulder? So I don't know. I'm still working on that one, but I would love to do it. I would love to go through all my Etsy bags to start with. It would take me a couple of years to do it because I have got probably close to 1,000 bags, if not more than 1,000 bags. So, and it's too warm in here. I gotta turn my heater off. Good Lord. Oh, my back is so much better today. Oh my goodness me. I ended up, here I go, I jump all over the place. I did sleep in the chair last night. Pius was like, you sleep in the chair, you can't get out of it in the morning. But I felt that the chair would be better for me because it would stop me from moving. Because I think that's why the chair is such a solution for me, especially with my hands going numb. I can't move and I'm okay with it. And I sleep so well. Poor Pius, he's starting to get a complex. But anyway, back to the bags. It is just so exciting to stand here and look at all of these beautiful bags that I have. And it is just a matter of time before I can share them with you. I don't care. I mean, I care if you buy them, but I'm just so excited to show you what I have because they're just so fabulous. I mean, this is, I've had this bag for a long time. This is like these little kind of Pouchette bags, these little short shoulder bags are so back in fashion. And this is a Derek Alexander, one of my favorite brands. And it's just, I mean, look at the strap. It's just so pretty. And that is going to be on my .com because, well, yeah, it's a .com bag. But oh my God, the leather of this company is just fantastic. What else have I got here? Let me see. Oh, so this will find, I don't know if I've showed you this one already. This is a recent bag I picked up. This is a Lucky brand. And it's got all the different suedes and pebble leathers, but I put it in the washing machine. And we got some runoff. I mean, look at this strap. It's gorgeous. So this will find its way to the purse pound in time. So there's a little bit of runoff there. Yeah, there's a little bit of runoff from the blue there and a little bit of runoff from the blue here. But so the, oh, what's the Louis Vuitton Artsy, I think it's called. It has this kind of strap. If I was going to buy another Louis, it would be one of those. Because I had to sell a Louis 2008, I think it was, because times were just too tough. And I had to sell one of my Louis, and I always said that I would buy another one at one time or another to replace what I had to give up. And I will at some point, but I am not in a financial position to do that yet. And it will not be a new one. It will be a used one. And that's just how it rolls. Today, I've got my son coming for dinner tonight. So I've got a couple of little items I need to pick up from the grocery store. And Pius, I'm not sure when he'll be home. He was going to go to work really early this morning, and that didn't happen. And yeah, we're just doing our thing. I am getting ready to film. Well, maybe I'll do it today. I'm not sure. I'm going to do 2 shows this week. I'm going to do Thursday and Friday. I discussed it with Pius last night, just because, as I did mention yesterday, we are anticipating that within the next month or 2, he will be back working in the big truck, and he will be doing a weekend shift. So I don't want to start something and then have to change it mid-flow. So it might be a little bit of an inconvenience initially because it will cut into our weekends, but eventually it will not, because our weekends are going to be working days. And every year I say I'm going to start yard sailing. I hate yard sailing. It's not so much that I hate looking, I hate getting there. So we have a community Facebook page, and I am going to start putting it on there that I would be happy to accompany anybody who is a regular yard sailor. I will help with gas. I will pay for coffee. I will do whatever. But as long, and I mean, if they're horrible drivers, then maybe I'll change my mind, because that's part of my bugbear with yard sailing. Like, people see the yard sale and they don't, like, they park in the middle of the street. Like, they don't, they don't have an awareness of the traffic that is around them. They just see that yard sale and head right for it. Other cars on the road, be damned. And I ain't got time for that. And plus I want to get home in one piece. So that is something that I'm considering doing as well, because Saturdays will be a work day for Pius. So I can, go do a couple hours of yard sailing in the morning without it being, an inconvenience to our time together. So lots coming up. I'm really appreciating this week that I'm not having to deal with my clients. It'll be a negative when it comes to paycheck time, but I'm doing 2 shows this week. So, and I may even do 3 next week. I want to do a show every day, Monday to Friday. I'm putting it out there. That's what I would like to do. And it's not, I have to sell a certain amount of purses to make a living, but I just want to show you what I have. I just want to show you all my wonderful bags. Yesterday, my chore. So just before we go, I'm going to go get my chore jar. And I actually made a list of all my facilities, like the regions for my facilities yesterday. And I cut them all up and I put them in another container. So that's in the house ready to go. Not quite ready to do that yet because I don't want to be driving to Waterloo right now. We'll see. So yesterday's chore was to sort out the upper cabinets in my bathroom, which I did. Cleared out a lot of stuff, consolidated a lot of stuff. And my back, I managed. So let's see what I'm doing today. Are you ready? The filing cabinets. So 4 bedside tables. We have a filing cabinet on each side of our bed. I am notorious for losing documentation, and putting it in a filing cabinet is just a godsend for me. So it's not necessarily that the interior of the cabinets need to be looked after, but the tops of them do. So that is today's chore. I will happily take that. It might be a little difficult to get into them because the bed has been pushed over so far to fit the gravity chair. Welcome to my crazy world. So that is it for today, folks. Hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Welcome to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate you, especially if you're still watching me, or is it just Nora that's still watching me? My girl Nora, she always hangs in there with me. She watches me while she cooks. So there you go. Anyway, everybody, have a great rest of the day, and I will talk to you tomorrow.